Your brain is not a storage unit, so stop it. Call it advanced maternal age, but I really believe there is only so much capacity that we have in terms of what we carry around with us. And I look at it in two different ways. Number one, it's the capacity in being able to run our business, complete tasks in our business. And then it's the capacity to run our lives. And typically, as women, we are the nucleus, we are the center, we do the planning, we hold things together. And there's only so much for a certain period of time that we can hold together until we literally just break. And that can show up as resentment, that can show up as burnout. We say it's overwhelm. That's our umbrella statement, that's our go to. And that's the story that we continue to tell ourselves. I think for very, very, very short periods of time, we can have all of the things jumbled up in our brain. But at some point, there is a breaking point. And the thing that I want to share with you inside of Systems by Design is the Priority Framework Operating System. It sounds super fancy. That system literally started on the back of a used envelope. I'd be running down the road with all four kids strapped in the car seat in the minivan. They were watching the movie. Remember, we used to play movies in the minivan? Maybe you still do that. We don't have a minivan anymore. And I would be listening to a podcast, and then I would fill around right before we would go in the grocery store. That was a great idea. And everything that I needed, and then what was for dinner, and that marketing that I need to do, that email that I needed to write, that post that I needed to create when I got back home. And literally the business was run, the priority framework was run from the back of an envelope. In later years, it evolved to a just dump on sticky notes. From that, it evolved to pick 3 tasks. Then it evolved to pick 3 revenue generating tasks. And then finally, it ended up as, all right, these are the 3 tasks. Now, what are the step-by-steps when I have time to complete those tasks? What do I actually need to do in order for that to be checked off? And now finally, it's literally my brain on the screen inside of the Priority Framework Operating System. There are 3 custom trained GPTs. The first one is all around prioritize. What are 3 priorities that you can focus on this month? Now, I realize there are 4 weeks in a month, but I also realize that we never plan for our life, and we've got too much on our plate in life and in business. So we have normal daily operating things that we're currently trying to juggle. And then I know there are always things that are on our list that we want to do. Those are the things that we need to prioritize, specifically those that result in generating revenue. As a byproduct, you got money in your bank account, right? So we prioritize 3 things. The thing that I love about the Prioritize GPT is that it's really checking in with you. And I've built some things on the back end that it buffers time, because we never give enough time for tasks to be complete. So it spits out what your 3 things that no matter what, you should be able to accomplish in a month. Next, we look at Week at a Glance. And Week at a Glance checks in with you. Okay, when do you work best? I know you just answered that question. How is your energy? And it asks you a couple of other questions. So then it takes your week and your 3 priorities, and then we put it in number 3, what I call my focus and finish. It's the beginnings of you starting to use standard operating procedures, or SOPs. And so when I have that block of time, I'm not like, what should I do with this time? You look at that block of time, and now you have a checklist of things in order to complete that task. So the whole of the Priority Framework Operating System is that it starts to chip away at the overwhelm that you're feeling, number 1. Number 2, it gets you in the practice of starting to depend on standard operating procedures. So you're not using the storage container. Your brain is a storage container where everything gets jumbled. Number 3, it allows you to stop redeciding. When you have time to work, what am I going to do today? I'm feeling good today. Today sucks. It helps you stop re-deciding. And in doing all of those things, there is a trust. Every time you complete a task, you start to trust yourself. Whether you know this is the missing key or not, it is the missing key in trusting yourself to complete a task. And what you're going to realize is that you're going to start to focus on less and you're actually getting more done so that you have more offline time. That offline time is screaming for your attention, whether it's family, whether it's friends, or whether it's just your relationship with yourself and doing things for yourself. I am so proud of myself. I made a commitment to myself at the beginning of this year that I was really going to start paying more attention, being very intentional about my health. And I am happy to say, like, I can't even believe I'm saying this. I'm actually planning my month out with my stack that I'm going to do each day. Like I'm doing research. And I'm feeling so good. I'm being consistent. So it works. The system works. You've got my brain on the screen. If you want to know how I get everything done, if you want to know how I don't sacrifice revenue, but work about 3 days a week, it's inside of the priority framework. And so if you haven't already, hop on over to the members area. If you're watching this video and you're like, I want the priority framework, click the link below the video and you can get your hands on it as well. I offer a lot of on-demand training. We're leveraging time. But the most important thing is that I help you determine the 3 things that you're going to accomplish. So you stop saying, I'm overwhelmed. What do I do next? The priority framework operating system answers that.